Good afternoon, welcome back to a brand new video from us at Kernow EXP. So we're at Scoria, and what we're doing is we're going down to Deveran on the tram line. So let's go folks, shall we? Let's do this. So this is pretty much the start of today's cycle ride. That beeping you can hear is my Garmin GPS bike computer. So this is the Portreath, whoops, sorry about that, Portreath to Deveran tram line, which originally would have been two separate little tram. Okay, so we're back again. So now we're not in, well, I'm in the wrong gear again now. This is going to be an ongoing theme today, isn't it? Kernow's in the wrong gear. So there's no rush. Nice gentle ride. We've got the drone with us, so we're going to be doing some aerial photography going down through the valley. So right now we're doing 6 or 7 miles an hour. It's not really coming through very clear. But yeah. Right, the GPS is coming up with weird things. I don't know what the hell? Right, okay, sorry about this. Okay. Don't know if that's right. Don't know, folks. I've not really used this Garmin satellite GPS thing before, but you know, it's getting used to it, I guess, because it's not like a conventional cycle computer. It works on satellites, which is a bit different. Yeah. Ah, right, okay, I've pressed the wrong button, that's what it is. Okay. Let's have a look. Alright, here we go then. Okay, I got it done right now. Thank God for that. What a muppet. Trial and error, folks. That's what it is. Right, so these woods here are steeped in mining history. There's a lot of mine relics in the valley. Just up the hill on the left is Portreath mine, which is probably it is the tallest chimney in Cornwall, folks. So quite an interesting one. So we've got a shaft in there which was capped a few years ago. Oh god, bit of gravel here. Wrong gear again. It's getting back into it again, folks, because I've not done any cycling for a while. And like I said, I used to cycle all the time. Back when I first met Mrs. Kernow, I used to cycle from Camborne to Mount Hawk on a nightly basis to see her and her family, and did that for quite a number of years. I was getting into combustion engines back then, not to the stage where we are now, of course, but still quite an interesting one. Now, this tram line, this track, is a recognised cycle path, a bit like the Camel Trail over at Bodmin and Weybridge and Padstow, or Padstein. I can remember before this was actually constructed, and I used to cycle this way anyway, but even before the path was a thing, folks. So, because my family used to live in St. Day, you see, so I would go out for a cycle ride and then pop back to my grandparents, have something to eat and a drink, stay for an hour or two, and then head back home. Back in the, that was back in the early 90s. So today's more of a leisure ride, folks. Today is. That's what we're doing today. More of a leisure ride. I don't really use the bike for commuting anymore. It's more of a leisure thing now. So this is the name of today. A leisurely cycle ride down at the Portreath to Deveran tram line. So we've got our panniers on. I've hardly used them, to be honest. They are very good quality latex rubber. I'll do a walk through the bike later on, folks. I'll show you what we've got. We've got some upgraded lights. We've got the Vastfire LED turbo light, which I bought recently, and it lasts for nearly 12 hours, which is just amazing. It's got quite a few settings on it, as you can imagine, but it wasn't a lot of money, but it's really good quality, so I'm really happy with that. So we've got the old gasworks here. That's been there a very long time. So we're now at the crossroads to Todpole, where my family used to live during the war. So let's go. So I think what we'll do is we'll get down into this valley and we'll find a nice spot and we'll get the drone over. I think that'd be quite nice, because I've not flown the drone a lot of late, so it'd be nice to get that up. So we'll do that. So we're coming up to where my great-grandparents used to live back in the 1940s, right up to the mid-60s, I believe. So yeah, very interesting. I've got childhood memories of these houses here on the left. Quite interesting. They've changed quite a bit, but totally different to when I was a child in the late 70s and early 80s. It's amazing how things change over the years, isn't it, folks? So this GPS thing we've got, the Garmin, it actually lights up and it tells you your elevation, how many miles, how many calories, and all that jazz, which is pretty damn good, to be honest. You know, so it's going to give us an idea of what we've done today, which I think is rather nice. Okay, so here we go. This is the official pathway down through the Todpole Valley, or Poldice Valley. So we've not been down here for a while, so things do change. Right, here we go. So we are getting a mountain bike, folks. A Carrera one again, and it's got hydraulic brakes, disc brakes of course, 24 speed, and we're going to be doing a lot of cycling with that over the summer holidays and that, because I do want to get a bit fitter if I can, because like I said, I used to cycle all the time. The most I've ever done in one day is 110 miles, but that did kill me. But I was fit as a fiddle back then. That was the early 2000s, like 2001. And that was on a Dawes hybrid bike, something similar to what we're on, but this one we're on now is quite a special bike, thanks to Heather. So thank you, Heather. We've still got it. This is a 24 speed hybrid bike, so it's designed for tracks like this and predominantly road use, but Right, today we're not really pushing it, folks. We're just going with it, going with the flow, really. Just a nice sedate ride today. We're not looking to break any records. We're just looking to enjoy the ride down to Deveran. So we've got the brew kit, folks. We've got coffee and we've got some MREs. I've also got some energy drink, 0 calorie I think it is, electrolytes, and also I've got some normal dilute juice with me as well, because obviously cycling, it's very important that you put in as much as you put out, if you know what I mean. So this is not a marathon today. So I hope you're enjoying the cycle ride and the waffle along. The drone flight might be a standalone video, I'm not really sure at right this moment in time, but we might end up doing that on the way back, and we'll do some further down the valley as well. There's quite an interesting spot here. It's steeped in mining history around here, folks. It absolutely steeped in it. So, mind you, you never know, we might get an urbex out of this today as well, because I've just been made aware of something that we've done before, but I think it's just derelict, so we'll have a look at that on the way back, more than likely. So it's a little bit bouncy along here, but we're doing good, folks. We've been going 9 minutes and we've covered 1¼ miles already, which is not bad for a fat old man, is it? You know, this is going to help to burn some of the gut off as well, folks. I'd love for some of the crew to do this. I know Adam probably could, and maybe Chris, but I think David would probably struggle with this. He might be right for a couple of miles, but after that it's just going to be too much for him. So, but yeah, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, from 1998 I had my first license, folks, so I could drive a 150cc, but I just chose to ride the bike back then, push bike, because I didn't like the idea of paying out money. I must have been a tight cunt, pardon my language. But when it comes to like maintaining your bike, and it was just a normal thing for me, you know, for like tyres and brakes and cables and what have you. But things changed, didn't they? You know, I think what it was, I got tired of getting wet through. You know, that's what it was. And then I went to motorbikes, and I've not really changed since. But yeah. So this is slightly overgrown since I was down this way, compared to, I think we walked down here a couple of years ago, didn't we, with the crew, but I've not actually cycled here for years and years. So this is a first. I think I'll probably end up sleeping well tonight. Oops, we've got something coming here. Oh, they're on the wrong side. It is, yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, so we're looking forward to getting the mountain bike. Yeah, I know I had one before and I sold it. Mind you, we had to go through quite a bit of problems, family problems and what have you, so you know, that's the reason why it had to go, because we were panicking and stuff. So now we know that we're in a much better position, so we're going to get another mountain bike again. So I have looked at second-hand ones, but then also I've looked at the new one as well. And the thing is, with second hand, you don't know what underlying issues there could be. I think I'm going to have to adjust the mic. Sorry, folks. There you go. Hopefully that's okay. The thing is, with a new bike, you know what you're getting, you know. But I think later on we'll get a bike for Junior as well. Well, he's not a junior really now, he's a little man really, isn't he? And father and son go off cycling. That'll be quite nice. Apparently, you know, I think he might hijack the bike that we're going to get, folks, because it's going to be blue and he loves blue. So, you know, he's probably going to hijack it, more than likely. But it's okay. Alright. But yeah, so it's going to be okay. I don't think Mrs. Kerner will come out bike riding. She did it years ago, folks, and didn't get on with it for various reasons, you know. But, you know, if she doesn't want to do it, then it's okay. But I just really like it, you know. I think it's going to help my health as well, because I have put on a bit of chub, which is not a good thing really, is it? You know. So this is going to help to burn it off. If I just lose a couple of pounds, that'll be okay. Right. So we're near 12 heads now, folks. Now the name kind of gives it away. Heads mean mine, and there would have been 12 mines in the vicinity of this hamlet stroke micro village. It would have been a lot bigger back in the day when the mines were working, of course. But the mine that was close until the 80s was Mount Wellington, formerly or affectionately known as Magpie, and that was quite a big mine in the 60s, 70s and stroke early 80s. I think by the 1990s it was closed. And then further down the valley you've got Wheel Jane. Now, if you know anything about Cornwall, Wheel Jane was quite a big mine until the 90s, and that one ceased as well. But this whole area around here, beneath our feet, is like a honeycomb of tunnels or adits which go off in all directions. Basically what they were doing, folks, is they were chasing the load, i.e. the tin and the copper. Obviously today we've got other metals which are quite important, such as lithium. Now lithium, in case you didn't know, is in most devices we have today, such as mobile phones, GoPros, smartwatches, laptops and EVs and electric bicycles and what have you. So there's no other lithium that I know of in the whole of Europe. It's only here in Cornwall, like, for instance, tin and copper. So South Crofty was the last working tin mine in Europe. It closed in 1998, and they did actually apply to the government of the day to basically for a bit of financial assistance, but for whatever reason they refused, so Crofty closed in 1998. Now, since then, there's been a lot of different groups and what have you trying to get Crofty open again, but Cornish Metals, which is associated with a Canadian group, I believe, Strongbow, have succeeded basically. So they've started dewatering the mine, folks, and obviously that is an ongoing thing right now. And so what they're basically after is lithium. And of course tin and copper will be a byproduct this time. It won't be the main thing that they're going for like it was when self-crofty back in the 90s was in operations. So this, where we are now, is called Bon Appetit. It's a little like cycling cafe, and we've not been in there before, folks, but I think we will go in there at some stage in the future and participate. So right, we're on the road again. Wee-hee. So we'll stick on the road now until we get down to Bizzo. So we might be able to get a bit of a speed up now. So we've been going 17 minutes, well I've been going a bit more than that, folks, because since I left the HQ, probably about half an hour. So the seat we've got here, it's a Brooks B17. I've had this saddle for quite a while, it's been on quite a few different bikes, and it is broken into my derriere, if you want to call it that. So yeah, pretty good. That's new. That wasn't there like that. Must be a Airbnb or something like that now. That was an old barn, folks. Remember it? Yeah. Right, so down on the bottom of the path here, there's another calf stroke cycle shop, and it's called Bizzo Bike Chain Cycle Hire. Our friends own that, Richard and Jenny. So big up, Bike Chain, Ricky. Big up. Due to go in to see them at some point, folks. They've got a new shop, I think, in the Butter Market in Redruth, which is quite good. So yeah, we'll have to check it out. And you should check it out too. Yeah. Right, we've got a car approaching from the rear. So we're in Sunday afternoon cycle mode, so I'm not in any mood to go too fast. We've got a don't want to, folks, basically. Yeah. Oh, he's gone in there, so it's fine. Oh, smell that. Lavender or something like that. Very nice. Hope you're enjoying the cycle ride, folks. We're going to stop in a few minutes once we get back to the cycle path, and we'll have a drink, and then we'll get the droney up. Yeah, I think that'll be quite good. So this whole area has slightly changed since I used to cycle these roads. Right, so let's get back to the channel, shall we? We will be heading out possibly with David again next Wednesday. I'm not really 100% sure. Monday, I've got an epic explore coming up, folks, which I think is going to be for the sod department. Now, in case you didn't know, we now have a special operations department, folks, where we do very risky things. Trespass and what have you, you know, because the main channel now is more documenting history and things like that, really, and paranormal investigations. So there will be a sod video coming up real soon. It will be on the main channel, but it's going to be advertised with the grey stickerage, frontage. So it's a special ops department. So we've now got that, folks. So Adam will be featured, Chris and Sophie, Mrs. Curnow, and David. But on those locations we will put one of our special new stickers, which they're not really for the public domain, they're for our record, so should be good. Yeah, the sod department, because we can be sods when we want to be. That's really good, isn't it? The sod brigade. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're down at the site of Hale Mills, I think it is called. I might be slightly wrong on this, but this is an arsenic refinery, I believe, at one time. Still quite interesting. So here's the remains of the chimney there, and yeah, it's rather nice down here, isn't it? So let me know if you enjoy these this cycling video. I will do more, you know, and we can have a chat, can't we? Have a chat at the same time, and go with the flow and what have you. Right. So we're going to go over the little bridge now. Hopefully there's nobody in the way. Oh, it looks like they've graded it, because there was a bit of a jump up there, if I remember rightly. Right. This is like a little nature reserve here, folks, I believe. Bizzo Valley Nature Reserve, yeah. So if you see any of our stickers about, scan the QR code and subscribe. It is for free. We will put a couple of down through here, but not that many. We haven't dispensed any yet, but probably on the way back. So what have we done? 125 calories. We're at elevation 4.5, and we've done 3.25 miles, which is not bad for an overweight fat man. And we're going at an average speed of 7/8 miles an hour, so it's not too bad. Not bad. Right, so we've got a bridge up here, if I remember rightly, and this might be a bit tricky, but we'll give it a go. So I'm not really sure how long the battery lasts on the Garmin Cycle GPS thing. We failed at the bridge, folks. All right, let's go. Yeah, here we are. So there was a pump house down here to do with the mine clean-up, which they did many years ago. I assume it's still there. Don't really know. I can hear people. Right, let's get down on the low gear. Oh yeah, the pump air's still there. Get by, can I please?
Oh,
sorry, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll let the gentleman.
Okay, thank you. I don't think I was rude, was I, folks? I asked them nicely. I said, please. Might have to edit that bit out. Because a lot of folks don't like being filmed, do they? Right. So we're near the Pernwell Viaduct now. So I noticed there's no stickers down it. They've all been removed by the sticker pirates, which is not terribly good. So we shall be returning some. Please keep closed. Very nice. Keep closed, folks. Yeah. Right. Okay. Sorry about the banging then, but we're through, so it's really good. Okay. So which way shall we go? I think probably down this way. No, actually, no, we'll go this way. Yeah. So the little building there, that was something to do with pumping, because they had these settling tanks down here, because the Wellington mine gave out a load of pollutants back in the 90s, and they spent quite a bit of money down here doing that. So this is like what's left of it. The settling tanks, I think they're still here, but they're not visible. They're kind of buried. But I assure you they were here, folks. You can just see the remains of them to the side of me there. So totally overgrown, totally abandoned. So, but yeah, Cornwall Council spent a tremendous amount of money back in those days doing this. This was actually all fenced off. They didn't want people coming down here back in the day. So yeah, quite interesting. So we've come down elevation from when we started. We're down at -3 in elevation from where we started at Scorrier. So that's quite interesting. So you can imagine this, because this part of the railway was the Redroof and Chasewater Railway, which utilised a standard gauge railway, because the other bit we were on, that was a narrow gauge track, but this was constructed by the Cornwall Mineral Railway, CMR, which predates GWR, Great Western. And so this is standard gauge, folks, this bit here. And I have seen a picture of I think it could be a 45, but I don't know. I think probably the 45, it's probably miner or smelter, folks, because when I was younger I wasn't really keyed up on railways like I am now. But it was a standard gauge, so quite interesting, really. So once we get down to Deveran, we'll take some stills pictures, which are connected to what was the engine shed at one time, which is now the community centre, I believe, which is quite interesting. So I think on the way back I'm going to be quite tired. So I'm glad I've got some food and drink with me, because I don't think I could have coped with all this otherwise. Because seeing that it's a few years like out of practice. So we do have a couple of vintage bikes as well, folks, which I'm going to bring home soon. One is a Rally RSW. Now you probably don't know what that is. This one dates from 1966, so it's a Mark 1, and it predates the Rally Chopper. Obviously the Chopper bike was very popular in the 70s, But this predates that, so very small bike. It's got a hub dynamo in it, I believe. Dynamo lights, Stormy Archer 3-speed, very, very little micro wheels, a bit like a scooter, like a Vespa. But it's quite old, folks. So that is operational. I did buy it from a guy down at Penryn a few years ago. I think it's just after COVID, actually, so about 3 years ago. And it's a rather nice example, to be honest. So I'm going to do a bit of cycling with that at some stage, which I think will be quite good. Vintage bike riding. Yeah. Right, I'm struggling here. Okay, so I think we shall cease recording for a moment. But don't worry, I will be back. I'll see you in a mo, folks.